As if the nightmare from what happened back in January, where LA experienced the worst fire disaster in the history of the state, definitely the history of the city, you now have 15, count them, 15 fires burning simultaneously right now in Malibu, Porter Ranch, Granada Hills, and all over the state, essentially, while Gavin Newsom is too busy romanticizing Texas Democrats doing this.
We're talking about emergency measures to respond to what's happening in Texas, and we will nullify what happens in Texas. We will pick up 5 seats with the consent of the people, and that's the difference between the approach we're taking and the approach they're taking. We're doing it on a temporary basis. We're doing it in a fully transparent way, and we're doing it by asking the people of the state of California for their consent and support. Mark that stark contrast to what's happening in Texas and other states.
I really have my doubts whether or not Gavin Newsom, the American psycho haircut that passes for a man, is an actual human being, that he actually has warm blood coursing through his veins. He is literally the embodiment of what repulses every single American, maybe even anybody in the world when it comes to politics. He's the reason that people change the channel when the election debates come up or anything talking about politics. He's the reason that people at the water cooler are like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about politics. He is the poster child for everything that we loathe, everything that is vile about politics. Look at this post from Spencer Pratt, who is an absolute hero. There's good news to the end of this. I'm going to talk about this. Oh, and by the way, I've got 2 other huge major stories I'm going to talk about. Crockett is doomed. Letitia Big Shame James is doomed, coming up right now. But we have to focus on the devil himself, American psycho Newsom. We have the highest taxes in the country. Can't keep the lights on. No water to drink. No water to put out fires. California is on an imaginary $100 billion bullet train to destruction. Yes, this is not a typo, folks. This is not an error. This is not a mistake. It's not a dream. This is a nightmare. It's happening all over. Remember what happened in January, the worst fire disaster in the history of the state? No water in the fire hydrants, no water in the reservoir. The DWP commissioner makes over $700,000 a year, and she's doing the worst job, equaling no job, really, in the history of water commissioners anywhere, like literally in history. She makes over $700,000 a year, no water. And what's Newsom doing? He's gallivanting. He's trying to run for president in 2028. Watch this.
People are here in Porter Ranch loading up on bottled water that's being handed out at several locations because the taps have run dry due to a stuck valve in the DWP system.
Just to add more insult to injury, this is something that nobody's talking about, but a foreign investor has quietly spent $65 million for Malibu real estate that was charred by January's wildfire. Spencer Pratt also shared this, and he has some amazing news I'm going to share with you just a second, but this is starting to sound like it was something that was architected. I mean, can you imagine the nightmare and the PTSD that all the fire victims experienced back in January, and then to have to go through this again with no water? They're being told to boil their water. I want you to really, really soak that in. It's bad enough that it happened the first time, which it shouldn't have happened. But then for it to happen again, a sequel, in less than a year, no less. And this guy's claiming we have the 4th best economy. This guy's claiming California is doing everything great. We have conquered this. We have the highest unemployment rate, the highest rate of homelessness, the highest exodus of citizens and small businesses in the history of the state. And this guy wants to make America California. That's his new slogan as he is slowly deceptively running for president in 2028. I want you to listen to what Steve Hilton has to say about this disaster, who is actually a candidate for, he's running for governor of California in the next gubernatorial race. Check this out.
We have another wildfire disaster unfolding in California. Our brave firefighters doing everything they can. They work through the night, working all day in unbelievable conditions to try and contain the blaze, keep people safe, protect property. All of this made so much worse by the climate elitism we've had from these Democrats in these 15 years of one-party rule, their failure to manage the forest properly, our wild spaces completely allowed to get overgrown so these fires burn out of control. On top of that, guess what was issued nearby to where this wildfire is burning today? Guess what was issued just in the last 24 hours? I've got it here. Los Angeles County. Boil water notice in Malibu. Residents of Malibu are being told to boil along here, in this area here, along the coast. Boil your water because we cannot guarantee safe drinking water. Gavin Newsom bragging about how we're the fourth biggest economy in the world and our people can't drink the water in the tap. So first of all, there's fire hydrants without water. Now it's our people without water that they can drink. Meanwhile, what is our governor doing? He's running around in Sacramento with renegade lawmakers from Texas, playing his political games, trying to steal Republican House seats instead of attending to the disasters that are unfolding on his watch, many of them caused by his policies. What a disgrace. It is time for change in California. That's why I'm running for governor. And when I win next year, we're going to turn this all around.
Anybody, as Trump said, you could pick somebody off the street would do a better job than these Democrats. Anybody. Speaking of these renegade Texans, which, I mean, they're literally fleeing their responsibility, trying to disrupt and rig elections. Attorney General Ken Paxton has now taken action to enforce arrest warrants. I'm telling you, there's a happy ending to all of this. Just stick around and trust me. For these rogue Democrats in California, this is for immediate release, was just released right now. These guys are all going to lose their seats, including the individual in our next segment, Madam Ghetto Crockett. The good guys are winning. Trump is winning. These ridiculous anti-American radical Bolshevik Democrats, aka Hippocrats, cannot stand a chance. I can't wait to get your thoughts on everything that's happening with Newsom. Are you really surprised by this? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're a Californian, you're watching this, what do you think? Is Steve Hilton somebody who's going to clean things up? Are you happy with the way the state of affairs of California? Are you upset? Are you mad? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, in our next story, I did a video yesterday about Jasmine Crockett's staff outing her and saying how much of an absolute disaster she is. They said things saying that she was a diva who mistreats her staff. She, quote, focused almost exclusively on being an influencer, end quote. Doesn't that sound familiar? Gavin Newsom starting a podcast, more concerned about podcasting than actually doing his job. Doesn't that sound familiar? These hypocrites, Padilla barging into Secretary Noem's press conference to try to get his viral moment. That's all they care about. That's it. One staff member saying, quote, she's laying around her apartment, won't come to the office, end quote. Another one saying, quote, I don't want to hear Jasmine Crockett talk about helping black women because she just fired one for no reason. Another one saying, quote, the only person that she thinks about and cares about is herself, end quote. Big shock. And then another one saying, quote, she doesn't care about the local issues happening in her district. I'm going to share with you a quick clip of Benny Johnson actually going to her district to see, well, what's it like in the district that Jasmine Crockett, Madam Ghetto, represents. Is it flourishing? Are people doing well? Are they not doing well? What's happening? You're going to be shocked. Well, actually, you won't be shocked. But first, check out her response right here and this absolute cringeworthy cackle that she lets out first. Watch this.
Are you a no-show boss from hell who terrorizes staffers?
Oh my goodness. Listen, I know that I have arrived, honey. That is the way that I see this because as Beyonce says, if they're not talking about you, then obviously you must not be doing anything. You know what? This is just more slander, more nonsense, more lies. And honestly, I don't think that the New York Post would probably be the first ones to be able to figure out if I was a boss from hell. You and I were joking before we got on camera about all of the scrutiny that comes with being not only woman, but being young and being a Black woman. There's a lot
you're making
of
it all
scrutiny
about
that comes
race.
my way, and it comes my way from all different angles.
Shut up.
But when people start talking about you, that's when you know that you are obviously getting under their skin. So I am not going to give up. There's a song that I like to quote every once in a while. It says, "Your hate is my motivation." So keep hating. All it does is motivate me to continue to do what I do, which is to be loud and proud on behalf of the American people.
All my OG Nez Nationers out there, please back me up on this. How long have I said that Madam Ghetto only cares about one thing, and that is PR and optics? Please back me up. I've been saying this for over a year, if not longer. Please back me up on this. Check this out. This is really revealing. Okay, let's set aside all the talk. Let's put all the talk aside. What are the results that Madam Ghetto Crockett has actually yielded through her representation of the American people? Let's take a look.
Let's go ahead and look at where she represents, and it's sort of a really good reflection of who she is. It's ghetto as hell, it's broke, and it's hard to look at. A bar and grill church, which I think is really unique. Still got payphones. Well, the left one. Lots and lots and lots of trash and lots of blight. It's like no business is actually open. Just doing a walk through Jasmine Crockett's district. It's interesting. It's just so much blight. Like, haven't seen an open business, like, at all. But hey, at least we got free public toilet.
The people living in South Dallas were kind to us. They were warm and gentle, and they deserve better than a code-switching theater kid playing a hood rat representing them in Congress.
No one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes, he is.
You are fake news. Wow, not one open business. Ghetto as all ghetto can be. A church with alcohol and drinks and run down slums, broken down alleys. And I mean, is anybody surprised? Is anybody surprised? She cares about the American people, but the people in her very own district that she represents are living in squalor. If you're actually surprised by this, let me know in the comments down below. There's no way that you could actually be surprised. I've been saying it for God knows how long. And you know what? It's all just now coming to a head. She will be a faded, thank goodness, buried, painful memory. Nobody will know who she is in the next year, 2 years. It's all over for all these people. Newsom's done. Madam Ghetto Crockett is done. The entire Hippocrat party is done. I think the, evil, even-keeled, moderate-minded Democrats like Rahm Emanuel and others, and maybe even the mayor or the governor of Westmore, the governor of Maryland, people like that are going to have to take over this party if they even want a shot. Here's free advice, Democrats. Free advice, hypocrites. If you want to even have a shot in 2028, let alone 2026, you got to get rid of these people. And I think their time is finally up. Speaking of hypocrites, one of the ultimate hypocrites who went after our president, Letitia Big Shame James, check this out. So I did a video yesterday of Pam Bondi now accepting the referral and doing a full-blown grand jury subpoena investigation into Letitia Big Shame James, and not only her civil suit that she falsely charged against President Trump, but now she's also going to be investigating her mortgage fraud, as well as Adam Pencil Dick Schiff. I'm telling you, the good guys are winning. This is all good news. I have to give a lot of credit to Sam Antoine, who really broke this story. He claims that Letitia Big Shame James's criminal enterprise, that's what he calls it, and I totally agree, has gone back for 40 years. going back to Queens in 1983, where she gave a false identity, to Brooklyn 2001, almost 22 years for mortgage fraud, claiming different units, unit count fraud, to her Virginia, where she never had a residency, even though she swore that was her principal residency. This is broken down so beautifully. I just want to go through it quickly. You have list after list of everything that she'd done, that Sam Antor has put together. He now says this, which I think is so important to note here, that federal prosecutors now have a written confession, government witnesses, a 40-year criminal pattern, a 40-year criminal pattern, defense attorney admissions. The crime was complete the moment she signed the false declaration. The American people, for someone who built her career on the principle that no one is above the law, Letitia James is about to discover how right she was. The evidence speaks for itself. James's lies speak volumes. Justice demands prosecution. The federal crimes are documented. The enterprise is established. The pattern is undeniable. Conviction is inevitable. I want everybody to mark my words right now, America. We won, and we won big. These people are a thing of the past. I know, it's painful. It's excruciating to hear Madam Ghetto Crockett. It's excruciating how much they gotten away with. It's excruciating how much Hillary and Barack and the rest of the hypocrites have gotten away with for over 20, 30, God knows how many years. They've been instituting lie after lie, pushing up daisies Pelosi, Chuck the Buck Schumer, the whole lot of them. But we won. The American people. What happened on November 5th, 2024 is such a beautiful, magnificent miracle of retribution. It is a rebuke to all the lies. It is a rebuke to being completely polluted with propaganda. We said no to it all. They spent billions and billions of dollars elevating Kamala, the biggest fool DEI VP pick of all time. This is a stand. We won. These people are coming to an end. It's just a matter of time. Bookmark this. You won't even know who, the painful nightmare memory of Madam Ghetto Crockett, Schiff, and all the rest of them, Newsom, they're going to be a thing of the past. We won't even recognize their names in the next 2 to 3 years. They're just flash in the pans, beating fads, and I am so proud of all of you for what you did on November 5th, 2024. And now we got more work to do. We won that battle, but the war rages on. The mission of this channel, make common sense go viral. Here's how you can help. Share this. This video needs to go viral. Tap that thumbs up. It only takes you a second. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us out immeasurably so we can reach more people. You can even do it on your TV if you're watching this. You can do it on your remote if you're watching this on TV. Make sure you check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you and God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.